holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. No checkered flag, no champagne rain, but I kept it clean through the carnage and pain. One more lap, one more breath, a dance with danger, a race with death. Still I thread the needle, feel the flame. Every turn's a twist of fate's game. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, out of chaos into light. No first place, but man, I ride with fire still burning inside. Yeah, I thread the needle in this wild racing ride. Strapped in tight, green lights flashing, rubbers burning, hearts are clashing, tires screaming that southern heat. 200 strong on the NASCAR beat. Lap 5 wreck on turn 4. Smoke so thick can't see the door, but somehow I slip right through like a ghost in red, white, and blue. 'Cause I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got
Welcome back, folks. Here we are at another amazing USRA event. Thursday nights. Man, I can't be any happier to bring you round 2 of season 2 here at this odd little crazy track. And man, we have got some information for you. A little drama. We've got some people shifting up and down in the pro sport division and the AM division. Be Gooder out there already talking about some identity theft going on. I don't know, Be Gooder, what that means, but I will tell you this. I hope you are ready for some GT3 action tonight. Now, like I said, we've got some changes going on, and that's going to be to whatever your divisions are. Remember, you only have a couple of weeks to change what your division is going to be and for those people to make some adjustments. So here you go. Jeremiah Bagley, he is now into Pro Sport. Patrick Rich is going to be a Pro Sport driver tonight, and Aikman Pollard is going to be a Pro Sport driver. So those are your 3 changes. You're going to see that on your left-hand side in that timing tower. And we are going to get ready for 60 minutes of action here at, it looks like Beat Gooder saying that is an inside joke. So we'll let Wade talk to that. One of the great ambassadors here at USRA, that's Wade Moskowitz, I would assume is who you are talking about. But right now, we have got about 2.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. So I want to pop up this schedule for you. And we talked about where we're going to be in points, etc. Points are going to happen. We're going to have some displays for you. We're going to have some pictures for you next week for what our points are going to be here at USRA. So make sure that you tune in for that. However, right now, let's take a look at what this schedule is going to be. And you can see we have taken care of Laguna Seca. Great finishers there at Laguna Seca. And you can just take a look at where we're at. We're at Zandvoort right now. Brands Hatch. We've got a driver's choice race coming up. Coda is right there. You got Red Bull Ring. We're going to Barcelona. We're going to go to Charlotte. Interlagos. We've got races all over this map. We're going to bring you some fantastic drivers out here as well. Odell picking up your win there in that Pro Division last week. He is second on the board right now. You can see him right there on the left-hand side. He is second on the board. We had a nasty, crazy race last week in your Pro Sport Division, but now we've got some movers coming up in that division. Scott was your winner in the AM division. Remember, Patrick should have been in that Pro Sport. Scott picked up your win and your points. He is right now on the top of your board there in that AM division. Rory's right behind him. Chris right behind him. Rodriguez, that is the Angel version. He is going to be right there in fourth. And then Mulberry in fifth. Dakota Howard is going to wind up right now in sixth position. With about 30 seconds to go, that is going to be your positions. I do believe, I don't see anyone out there. No, there's no one out there on track. So this is how this is going to stand. And when we go into these qualifying results, we're going to pop that up by division for you so that you can take a look at it. So welcome in tonight. I'm your broadcaster, as always, out here on the American Speed Network, bringing you great coverage of what is certainly going to be one heck of a race. All right, so let's see if we can bring this up now, folks. In your AM division, your 6 drivers, Scott is going to be on your pole. Rory Stuff, he is going to be in second. Chris is going to be in third. Angel in fourth. Jonathan Mulberry's right there in fifth. Dakota Howard in sixth. In your Pro Division, Alex B. Harry is going to wind up now. This is your top division. Odell in second. Hickman in third. Ben Lawrence and Jeff Perchowski. Listen, we need Michael Hickman to keep all 4 fenders on that car and to not make any mistakes. In that Pro Sport Division, Grayson Drexler is going to be your pole sitter. Brzezowski is going to wind up there in second. Kurt Basler in third. John Houston in fourth. Had a great run last week at Laguna Seca. Wade Moskowitz in fifth. Patrick Rich in sixth. Soley in seventh. Jonathan in eighth. And then Cole is going to be in ninth here in that Pro Sport Division. So that's going to be all of your drivers that is going to take the green flag tonight. Be Gooder saying that is an inside joke. You're going to have to let us in on that. I want to know. I want to know the joke. You got to let us know. If you are out there, we certainly would appreciate you just popping up a little like button. We certainly would appreciate that. If you have not subscribed to us, we try to throw something up here on American Speed Network as often as we possibly can. It's not every night, but it's most nights. And if you like some iRacing action, man, we are going to bring you some fantastic leagues that really enjoy getting after it. But right now, we are going to bring you some USRA action. So you can see those drivers, they are weaving back and forth. We're going to change our volume up just a little bit. As you can see, all these drivers going around this track to get ready for this one, folks. I hope you are ready for this. Alex with a fantastic run later on in that race. I believe he is a KS Sim racer. Had a great run trying to catch down Odell at the end of that race there at Laguna Seca. Maybe a lap or more. I believe even Odell said one more lap, and Alex might have been all over the back end of him, getting that pass done. Ben Lawrence had a great race as well, but unfortunately, it looked like he maybe got stuck down pit road, maybe made the wrong pit strategy option that put him a little bit further back. And then you've always got that driver over there in Perchowski running in that pro division. He is always dangerous. Grayson is going to pick up your pole there in that pro sport division. It's going to be very interested to see Trexler throughout tonight and what he can do. It looks like Kurt has really found something on this track. Looking forward to see what Brzezowski can do as well. In your AM division, Scott, your winner last week, looking to pick up 2 in a row. Chris Schultz is going to be right there in second, and then Rory has been with us since the very beginning, looking to have a great race as well. So there's really your top 3 in each one of these divisions. All 3 of these divisions, they have payouts at the end of this season. All these drivers very, very focused on getting some heat in those tires. Really important. More heat you can get in these tires, the better off you are when you jump down to that first turn. Now, I can tell you, we have a lot more vets, folks. You can see a lot of Corvettes out here this season, a lot different than the season before. It was really Porsche driven. A lot of things changing in this GT3 series. We're going to talk about what our schedule looks like for the rest of this year. We'll go on board with a couple of these drivers. We'll take a lap around. With one of these drivers. Zach out there in chat saying, let's go, Brzezowski. Well, I'll tell you, Zach, he has got a better starting position in third for that pro sport division. As we are going to go green right now, you can see Odell is right beside of B. Harry, and we've got some drivers already poking out. That Porsche already out in front of Houston. We've got some drivers in the grass as we're going to shoot down into turn 1, and we've got one around, and that might be Moskowitz. Let's see if we can see what happened here. We're going to do this really quickly. Moskowitz is in that green car. He is about 3, maybe even 4 wide. He is going to get turned. Houston going in. And it looks like he was able to straighten that car out. Now, we do have a caution out here on the track. We'll have to reset it. They're going to have to come up and catch that pace car. Michael Peak showed that he crashed too. I believe he might have been turned around right here. Got a driver off in the grass. Yeah, and he's just going to turn the 77. So off in the grass trying to make that pass done. Not enough room. The 77 is going to get turned around. Back on track, but we are going to reset this thing. Yeah, I believe Wade is going to get some pretty significant damage there. And we're going to go back, see if we can take a look at Wade. I might not see a whole lot of damage. No, not a lot of damage on that green Beamer. We're going to reset this thing one lap in. Now that timer is rolling, so you can see that timer, 65 minutes. Caution is out on the track, so we're going to reset this. This is just going to shorten the race up. As these drivers are going to see if they can catch back up to that pace car. Alex Beharry is going to be in the lead, but I believe he is just speeding past Odell to try to catch that pace car. Yeah, he is. It looks like he is going to run around. Odell is going to be right behind him, not too far, about 4.5 seconds behind him. It looks like they're going to catch that pace car, and as they do, and they try to reset this, folks, we're going to take that opportunity just to throw a commercial out there, do a little bill pay in it, and then we're going to be right back with you.
In the pit lane, the engines roar. Driving GT3, we crave for more. Season 1's electric, the thrill ignites. Racing hearts under the floodlit nights. Adrenaline rush, we're breaking free. Side by side, it's you and me. Oh, we're driving towards the sun. Fasten your belts, this race has begun. We're chasing victory, fueled by the dream. And we're united still, we're a winning team. Drifting through coasting.
All right, folks, we are right back with you. As now these drivers are, again, pacing around, trying to get themselves lined back up here. As we had that early caution, Wade Moskowitz going around, Michael Peak going around early on in this race. So we're going to try to line this thing back up for everyone. And man, this is going to change a few things because you got to think we are 5.5 minutes in. So we have less than an hour to go, folks. So, you know, when we talk about USRA and what they can do, we know that everybody's going to have to come down and they're going to have to get some pit service done. Now, they're not going to be able to come down now and get this service done and be able to make it to the end. But they could certainly extend it under caution and maybe a gas and go, maybe a speck of fuel, and then they jump right back out on the track and try to jump a few positions. I did not see a whole lot of takers down pit road, but we might be able to see them this time around. So we're going to find out. We're going to follow this pace car. All right, you can see the lights are out now on that pace car. I don't see anybody going down pit road, so it looks like everybody is going to keep themselves in line. And we're going to see if we can line this thing back up now. Alex B. Harry is going to take these drivers down to that green flag. We're going to rack them and stack them right back up. You got Beharry, Odell, Hickman, Lawrence, and Perchowski. That's your 5 drivers there in that pro division. In the M division, looks like you've got Scott Roy. Now we are going to go single file, folks. And that pace car is now going to take off. They're going to go down pit lane as we single file this race. We got a lot of drivers already kicking out to the outside. Looks like Sully maybe. We've got, maybe is that Kurt hopping down to the outside. Now a bunch of drivers trying to get themselves off of turn 1. We're going to get that done. Harry's going to be out in the front. Odell right there in second. And let's see if we can go back and take a look here. We have got a battle right here. That is with Kurt and Grayson. They're going to go side by side through this high-speed turn. They are going to get that thing figured out. Nose to tail they go here to this sharp right-hander. Looks like the battle for the lead starting to heat up. Odell really rotating well in the center of these turns. But Harry, it seemed like last week it took him a few laps to really get himself rolling. But it looks like tonight he is getting this thing done, as now Lawrence is going to look to the right-hand side of Hickman. He is going to have the preferred line going into this turn, not able to get it done. Hickman there on the left, holding firm, and he is going to retain that position. Perchowski now on the battle right behind these two. Side by side they go. Really high banked right-hander going into the start-finish line. You can see Beharry, he is snaking down that straightaway to try to kill some draft. Lawrence stuck right to the inside line. We are now 3 wide. A little bumping action going. Hickman goes wide. Perchowski's going to get this pass done along with Lawrence. So Hickman is going to lose 2 positions. 1 to Perchowski, 1 to Ben Lawrence, as we follow Ben Lawrence now in 3rd position, and he's going to start to track down Odell and Beharry, who have taken off about 2 seconds your lead between this 3rd place and 4th place drivers. All right, we're going to go back and take a look, folks, and it looks like John Houston, your winner in that pro sport division from last week, is in a tied up knotted battle here with Lexi trying to get by in this 95 Porsche. We saw a lot of speed out of Alexi last week. He is staying close to Houston, but Houston looks like Oh, we got one around. Who is that? Is that Perchowski? Jeff Perchowski, he is around. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Jeff. Let's go back and take a look. Jeff going through these quick S's. Oh, he is going to touch that right rear into the grass and slow that thing down. He's going to get it fired back up and turn into the right position. But, man, it just seems like Perchowski, just like Hickman. Oh, now Houston is going to get extremely close to Christian Ruiz here. That is going to tuck the 95 to the back bumper of Houston as they are 1, 2, 3 here going into this lower elevation right-hander. All right, they are going to kind of calm this down. Right in front of them is going to be Patrick Rich. Houston's going to show the front end of that vet, and he might be able to get this thing done. It looks like Christian is going to give him that left-hander, but I believe you're going to have a right-hander coming here. Now, Christian, nice defensive move, but it looks like Houston's going to be able to get that done. Now, right behind him is going to be Alexi, going to try to take advantage of that, and he is going to do that. So Alexi's going to move up another position. John Houston is going to start to try to track down Patrick Rich. Now, he is about 4.3 seconds behind Rich. In that Pro Sport division, you've got Kurt Basler. He is your leader right now in this Porsche. Grayson is about 1.1 second behind. Nathan Brzezowski's right there in third. Soli's in fourth. Now it looks like Mulberry has crashed. Let's go back and take a look at Jonathan. Oh, he's just going to blink out, folks. Oh, little blink, and now he's going to over-rotate under braking. Trying to get underneath of Moskowitz. All right, we're going to right back up here because it looks like Hickman is going to shoot to the left-hand side of Basler. Kurt trying to defend that line. Now, this is not for position, folks. These two divisions are different. Hickman's going to get this thing done. But what that is going to do is allow Grayson to get right to the back bumper of Basler. So we're going to stick with this battle for just a second here. Looks like Kurt is going to protect that inside line. He's going to stay tight to Hickman. Really good segment by Kurt. Getting about a car length gap, but my goodness, Grayson is all over Wade at this point. He is trying to rotate that high bank turn. One of the more interesting turns that you'll see out here in these GT3 cars. Man, Kurt still really carrying a nice line. Now maybe 2 car lengths are going to separate these two drivers. Right behind them, it looks like Soli and Nathan Brzezowski are going to start to tie in with each other. These two Corvettes battling for that same position. Soli now going to take that over. So Brzezowski's going to go back another position. Back to fourth. Soli's now up to third. And as all of this is going on, folks, Behary and Odell are battling all over again. Now, it looks like Alex deciding to take that taller line, that wider line, getting a really nice exit off, but man, Odell so smooth. Nice fundamental lines. Both of these KS Sim racers, these are teammates. Odell, that last lap going purple at a 32.5. Just to keep all of that in perspective, your fastest pro sport driver, Nathan Brzezowski, purple at a 33.383. Scott has a 10-second lead up on Rodriguez for that AM division, but Scott is a purple driver at a 33.972. Now we've got a crash here by Soli. Let's see what happened to Soli. Yep, everything looks good here. Yeah, same spot that a lot of drivers are losing it. Just that over rotation. KSM Media saying we've added the satellite team member of Grayson Trexler. Grayson in second right now, doing a fantastic job. Only about half a second behind. This is your tightest race on track, but Harry's starting to stretch this out a bit. The Basler-Grayson battle is right here. So KS Sim Media looking to go 1-2 in that pro division and then pick up a win here in the pro sport as they dominated last week, doing the same thing here. Man, this battle is waging on. Grayson showing a ton of poise. So is Kurt. 4/10 is your gap. We do have a third place battle between Rory and Jonathan going on right now. That's about 6/10 of a second. This battle here, your first and second for Pro Sport, the same distance, maybe even a little tighter at the front there with between Alex and Odell. Yeah, Kurt is doing a great job on the back end of the circuit. It does look like he is staying in line and allowing Trexler to get some draft, but it doesn't matter. About 6/10 are going to separate these two drivers. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at Roy and where this battle is here, because Roy is battling Mulberry. And only 3/10 are going to separate these two drivers. Now, this is going to be for third position in your AM division. Angel Rodriguez is in second. He is about 7 seconds ahead of these drivers. See a little bit of smoke, a kind of dust cloud, where we had a driver go off and kick those rocks up onto the track. And folks, that does make a difference. When they go through these, those rocks will accumulate onto those tires, make it a little harder to brake, a little bit harder to turn. I believe this is going to cool off this battle just a bit. Now we're going to go back up front, because Alex and Odell, they have not been able to figure out who wants to lead this race. But Harry has had it since the very first lap, but it does look like your second place driver, of Odell, your last week's winner, wants to go back-to-back. All over the back end of this KSM Media 83 machine. And as we do every week, one of the things that are really popular for us, what we're able to do is really hop inside these cars, see what it's like to go around the track, what these drivers have to go for. And what we want to look for, folks, is where we're at from a gearing standpoint, where we add throttle, where we add brake. And we are going to do that here with Alex Beharry, your leader in that pro division and the leader out here on the track. All right, so we are 6th gear, and this is going to be a really high-speed braking zone. You can see quite a bit of banking there on the left. He's going to get all the way down into 2nd. Nice throttle up. He's going to hit those curbs, get himself prepared for it, this right-hander, and then here, this is that strange turn. You want to get all the way up there on the green. Use that banking to your advantage as he's going to get all the way into 5th gear. Touch those curbs yet again. Really high speed, straightaway, if you will. Again, just trying to manage oversteer, trying to make sure that car does not get tight on the exit. He's doing a great job of that. Staying really wide to these turns and then cutting down and working the apex. Really nicely done by Alex. Again, just being patient on throttle. This is a quick little switchback. You can see all of the drivers getting off of the track. That is all of those pebbles that are piled up. Another really kind of blind turn. You're going to have a high-speed right-hander. This is wide open coming to your start-finish line. And that, folks, is what it is like to be inside of one of these race cars going around a lap here on this sim. And all the while he was doing that, we were riding on board with him. He was getting pressure from Odell, who is right behind him. 23 minutes already gone in this race. KSM Media saying painted those two vets. So those are two paint schemes by KSM Media. That is 1st and 2nd right there. Barry Lawrence saying, go Ben Lawrence. Ben is in 3rd position. He's about 4.6, 4.5 seconds behind these drivers here, but we are now starting to catch some lap traffic. Let's see if we can go back and take a look. We have a lot of drivers here on pit road. Perchowski on pit road. Soley is on pit road. Jonathan Lawyers, he is on pit road. All right, we're going to hop on board here with Rory. Roy is in your 4th position. Mulberry able to get by him. Mulberry's going to be right there in 3rd position. Only, I mean, you can see it, 4 to 5 car lengths are going to separate these two drivers. All right, your battle for the 1st position in that Pro Sport division is between Kurt and Grayson. Oh, Jonathan showing that he has crashed, and there he is, turned around on that high speeder. What a great job by those two drivers. Let's go back and see what happened. That is going to create a caution out here on the track. Let's see what happened. He's going to come out of pits. Oh, man, that is a heavy impact. Just got that car loose. And now you can see just nowhere to go. He's just kind of stuck in no man's land here, waiting for everybody to get by. But what that's going to do, everyone, is that is going to bunch you back up. And that is a huge win for Perchowski, as he got down pit road and already has his pit stop completed. And you can see the pace car is now coming out. He's going to pick these drivers up. That pace car, one of the slower vehicles out here on the track tonight. My goodness. All right, so now he has picked up Alex and Odell. Ben Lawrence right there in third. Hickman in fourth. But now Perchowski is going to have some redemption time here. Sydney Lawrence out there in chat saying, let's go Ben Lawrence. So we've got a couple of Ben fans tonight. You all might not know this, but Ben is he is a flight instructor, and that's what he does full time. So loves some danger. If you ever get him in a chat, he can tell you some really interesting stories about some of the people that he is trying to teach to fly. And I gotta be honest, folks, some people don't need to fly. They don't need to be pilots. All right, so we're going to reset this thing. B. Harry has led from the drop of that green. Odell has been stalking him this entire time. Remy saying, let's go, Hickman. Hickman is there in fourth. And Remy, we talked about this last season. Just think if Hickman gives himself the opportunity to not wreck and keep that car underneath of him. Really quick driver. I would assume we're going to see most of these people down pit road getting service completed. We're going to keep an eye on that. Because some of these other drivers that have already come down pit road and did not go a lap down, they are going to get the benefit of this full course caution. There is Ben Lawrence. He is in that Jack Daniels BMW. One of those drivers, I believe, that has switched manufacturers for this season. Let's see if we can get a hold of Kurt. Kurt has decided to stick with that Porsche. He was in the Porsche last year. You got Grayson right behind Kurt. That is going to be for position. And now you can see all of these drivers coming down pit road. Yeah, you can see all of those drivers now coming down pit road. Some drivers are going to stay out. And just like we thought, Perchowski is not going to come down pit road. So he is probably going to take over as your leader in that pro division. Sully, who is the teammate to Jeff. Both of those drivers on the Bean team. Identical paint schemes. It looks like Sully's going to have to wait for Jeff to get by. Chris Schultz is going to be in front of Prochowski. But, man, you can see all those drivers starting to get the wave around. Those are drivers that were a lap down, getting the wave around to get that lap back. But you've got Schultz that is going to be your overall leader right now. He is going to be your leader in that AM division since he stayed out. Prochowski is going to be your leader in that Pro division. He stayed out. Alex is going to be right behind Jeff Prochowski, along with Odell and Lawrence. So your Pro division is going to be stacked up tight here. Second, third, fourth, and fifth out on the grid. "32 laps are already in, folks. So we are done. We are halfway done with this race. Round 2 here at USRA. We're going to bring you action every Thursday night here on the American Speed Network. Nice and clear skies for this one. Let's see if we can take a look at what our temperature is. You can see that temperature is 89 degrees here. 2.6 miles for this track. 72 degrees outside. Your temperature on the track is 89 degrees. In the Netherlands. Some pretty heavy elevation changes on this track too. That's one of those things that's really interesting about this track, is not only the banking on some of these turns. You can see them now, pretty heavy left-hand banking. You can see how tall that pace car is trying to get around this banking, and how banked that turn there in particular is on this track. As now they are going to come around, and hopefully one more lap we are going to go green. That pace car still with the lights on. But you can see the elevation changes and the banking changes. That's one of those things that makes it so interesting for this track. Everyone weaving back and forth, trying to do what they can to get heat in these tires. We saw Prochowski lose it a bit earlier. He was about 20 seconds behind your third place driver of Ben Lawrence before this caution. Looks like Chris really wanting to draft the back end of this Porsche. Only 30 minutes left in this race. No driver will need to come down and get service on pit road. They can all go to the checker flag here. You know, Prochowski's going to have to get past Chris as soon as he can. You're going to want him to get this done and try to run away if you're a Prochowski fan. Because you know Beharry and you know Odell are going to be coming as they have been able, those two, turn in some fantastic lap times all afternoon. Bihari is your purple driver at a 32.362 so far tonight. Just a few more turns, and we are going to turn this thing back over to these drivers. Grayson has beaten Kurt out of the pits. So Grayson in that Pro Sport is going to be your leader right now. So that's going to put Grayson, Kurt, and Brzezowski 1, 2, and 3 here in that Pro Sport division. Chris, again, is going to be your leader now. Leader overall and leader in that AM division. And what this affords you, as you can see on that left-hand side, by Chris staying out, that's going to give him a 5-second lead over that second place of Scott. But we'll see what Scott can do to be able to chew into that. As now Chris is going to bring these drivers down. That pace car is off. Green flag is now in the air. Bihari has a fantastic jump. He is going to get down below Prochowski. Prochowski's going to have to go wide as maybe 3. No, they're not going to go 3, but they are going to go 3 on Schultz as they're going to try to split him. Ben Lawrence down at the bottom. He is on the right-hand side now. He's going to stay over to the right. Prochowski's going to loop it. Prochowski, he might be able to save it, but he does not have a wing on the back end of that Corvette. Now another wreck. Oh, and it is going to be a parking lot. Yellow flag is out. Man, this is all going to start here. It looks like by Prochowski getting loose. Let's see if we can go back. Okay, it looks like Ben's going to be able to avoid that. We're going to back this up. And right here comes Prochowski sliding through this turn. Oh, right into the door of Ben. I don't think Ben is going to be able to get through that unscathed. A bit of damage. It looks like the rear end is knocked out of that car. And then once that happened, Brzezowski's going to be able to get by. Here's Schultz. He is down at the bottom. Then we're going to go into this turn. Moskowitz is going to make that pass. Oh, and then Hickman. Is that Hickman? Oh, what happened to Hickman? Let's go back and take a look at Hickman now. Oh, yeah, he is going to get tied up. Who is that he is tied up with there? And get spun around. And this is just a big, huge stack up. Remy saying, no, yeah, this is just all a big stack up. It looks like Prochowski with no wing on the back is going to get pushed through, and he's going to lose it. And now we are going to have to take inventory of everything that is going on here. All of the drivers, it looks like all of these drivers have already been down pit road. Hickman not down pit road. He is going to take a broken front end and try to get through this thing. Only about, it looks like, what, 24 minutes left to go in this race. He is going to want to stay in front of Perchowski. They are all trying to grab the back end of this field. As now we're going to reset. You've got Behary, you've got Odell, you've got Lawrence. 3 drivers, 1, 2, 3 in that Pro Division. In between Odell and Lawrence is Grayson. Grayson is your overall leader in that Pro Sport Division. Behind Lawrence is going to be Kurt. Kurt is going to be second in that Pro Sport Division. And then you've got Chris right behind him. That's Chris Schultz. He is going to be your leader in the AM Division. Brzezowski, third in the Pro Sport, is right behind him. So that's how you're going to stack up here with your first 7 to 10 drivers on the track. Now, how do they stand up in those divisions? You've got Alex, Odell, Lawrence, Hickman, and Perchowski, 1 through 5 in the Pro Division. Trexler, Basler, Brzezowski, Moskowitz, Francidic is going to be your top 5 in the Pro Sport, with Schultz, Maury, Rodriguez, and Mulberry and Howard 1 through 5 there in your AM division. Charles Lawrence saying, "Go Grandpa in Australia" is cheering you on. We know Alex is faking. Yeah, nobody's going to bite. Maybe. Who is that? Is that Lawrence? Ben Lawrence is going to come down and get some service completed. So, Charles, looks like maybe he got more damage than I thought that he did. He is going to come down pit road along with Chris Schultz. Chris was your leader in that AM division. That is going to turn your lead back over to Scott. It looks like gas and go here, or fast repair and go. That is certainly a possibility, but that is going to put Ben to the back of this field. Now, I do believe that because when we went back and watched Perchowski's wreck, it did look like Lawrence, that rear end of Lawrence, that rear end shifted quite a bit under that accident. So yeah, you can see it follow back to the back. Now, just because you go down pit road and you get that service done, you're automatically going to go to the back. So he's going to have to allow this entire train of cars to get past him. You can see Chris is going to follow behind him. So the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to try to do this again, folks. 45 minutes in. We're going to be less than 20 minutes to go when we go back green here in round 2. USRA. A little dirty, but that's because the track is a little dirty. I mean, it's tight. It's fast. We are door to door. We are trying to make passes, and that's what happens when you are at a track like this. Not a lot of room to spread out. Everybody's going to be kind of piled into those turns together. All right, lots of action going. You know, Kurt is going to be pressing for Grayson. He's going to want to get that spot. Brzezowski's right behind Kurt. Now, the 83 driver here of Behary, he is going to want to get in front and stay in front of Odell. He's going to have the ability to get this start going how he wants it. So here we go, folks. This last turn, super high banking. That Porsche is going to cut off to the right-hand side here very soon. We are going to try to get this thing in one more time. Here we go. This 83 Corvette is going to bring them down to this green flag one more time. And off he goes. Green flag is there in the area. He's going to protect that inside. Right off of the bat, they're going to start to fan out, try to get what they can here through turn one. Odell looking to the outside. He's not going to get that done. Oh, and it looks like maybe Patrick Rich has crashed through this first turn. We'll go back and take a look if we can see. Oh, no, and that is going to happen. It looks like Sully is going to now get turned right out into traffic. Big wreck. Another caution is out. Sully looked like he got turned. Let's go back and take a look at all of this. Brzezowski is going to show crashed. He's not really going to do anything. He's just going to miss a crash. Let's see what happened to Patrick Rich. He's just going to skip a crash too. It looks like everybody just starts blinking out. It's just the melee that goes up front here. Yeah, and that's so this melee ensued because of Sully and the wreck that he had a bit earlier. Let's see what happened here. They are trying to dodge. Let's see, who were they dodging right there? So you had a car, he's going to get loose down at the bottom, and everybody's going to dodge it. So what that's going to do, it's going to put these two cars together. Yeah, and he's going to get spun around. So Sully's going to get quarter paneled. And what that's going to do now, instead of locking down, he's going to roll right back into traffic. There's Ben Lawrence. Now Sully's going to lock it down and just get clobbered. There's Hickman. He's going to get into it. Rory's right there. Man, and just everybody right now is just stacking up, trying to find their best way around. That's what happens at these tighter tracks. You've got guardrails on the inside, on the outside, but just not a lot of room for everybody to spread out. And it has just created melee for these drivers. Okay, now we're going to take a breath. We're going to kind of reset this thing. We want to see everybody that's going to come down. It looks like Jonathan Lowers has got a black flag on the track. All right, so we're going to see how quickly we're going to go back green here, folks, because now we are less than 14 minutes away from being done with this race. So this is going to be a fast and furious finish when we get ourselves back to green. We will see if that team is going to shut those lights off on that pace car when they get through this lap. So now I believe we've got everyone on and off of pit road. So we're going to reset for you. That's Alex in first. He has pretty much led this pro division from start to right now. Odell is right there in second. You've got Lawrence in third. Lawrence 10 seconds back. You've got Hickman right behind him. Perchowski's going to be over a lap down. So that's your top 5 in your pro division. Grayson Trexler is your leader in the pro sport. Kurt is going to be right there in second with Brzezowski in third. So all 3 of those drivers are nose to tail. Yes, several cars. John Houston's coming down. Rory is coming down pit road. Jonathan down pit road. In your AM division, Scott is still your leader. He has about 4.6 seconds up on Dakota, so that means that he is well up in this pack from Dakota Howard. 12 minutes now remain. All right, folks, before we get going, we're going to do one more quick slide away and pop up this commercial for you to take a look at here for American Speed Network. We'll be right back with you.
In the pit lane, the engines roar. Driving GT3, we crave for more. Season 1's electric, the thrill ignites. Racing hearts under the floodlit nights. Adrenaline rush, we're breaking free. Side by side, it's you and me. Oh, we're driving towards the sun. Fasten your belts, this race has begun. We're chasing victory, fueled by the dream. And we're united still, we're a winning team. Drifting through coasting
All right, folks, welcome back. We are going to get this thing done. We promise you, as those lights are out there on that pace car, we are going to find a way to get this race done here. Just about 10 laps now, 9 minutes to go in this race here, round 2, USRA on Thursday nights in this GT3 series. Thank you all for sticking with us. We certainly appreciate it. As the green flag is now in the air. What a great jump there by Odell. They're going to stay nose to tail. Odell's going to shoot to the outside once again. Try that pass. He might try the switch over here. He can't quite get underneath of him. He is going to stay over to the right. Alex, great defensive line. He is going to stay in front of Odell. Odell trying to run down that high bank track. He cannot get that done. So he is going to have to stay in line. Now, as he does that, Grayson Trexler is right behind these two drivers. He has started to spread out almost a... Oh, and now Bieri is going to get off of the track into the sand. That is going to turn it over to Odell. He is going to have to get this thing up to speed. Now he is side by side with Hickman. Oh, and now he's going to get turned again. Another driver is going to be around in that vet. So bad goes to worse for Alex. And now it looks like Odell has a clear shot. Right behind him is Trexler. Kurt Basler right behind him. And now you've got Brzezowski. He is tied up in a battle with Scott. Brzezowski now going down to the bottom. He's going to go to this inside line to try to block, sliding up a little bit. Scott's going to take evasive maneuvers here. Scott with a little damage to the front end of that Porsche. Scott is your leader in that AM division. Brzezowski is third in that Pro Sport division. What a huge change of events as Alex soloed right off of a turn into a sand trap. Let's see what's going on here with Lawrence. Lawrence now has caught Hickman. These two drivers are for second position. A checkup by Mulberry, and they about got into another wreck there. Hickman does not have a front end. Brzezowski's there, and now going around is Ben. Looks like Jeff trying to make some room. No room was there. Ben goes around once again. Oh, now Cole, looks like Cole has a black flag out there on the track. Here comes Ben. Looks like maybe Brzezowski's going to wait on him and let him get by. Looks like he is going to do that, and he's going to slide back, just kind of acknowledging that that one was on him. Allow Ben to get back by him, but they're going to have to really turn on the jets if they want to catch up to Hickman. Let's see if we can go back up front now. Odell just has to let this time run out. An hour already gone, so less than 5 minutes to go. 11 seconds up here for Odell. Grayson Trexler, he is going to be up 2.3 seconds over Basler. And then 7 seconds is Scott to Jonathan Mulberry there in the AM division. Cole and John Houston both with black flags. It looks like John Houston has a meatball. And there he is in the pits. And you can see he doesn't have a spoiler on that car. No fast repair. It looks like Cole is starting to come out. There he is. coming out of the pits here. All right, so here we go. Ben Lawrence, Jeff Perchowski, they are battling. It looks like with Mulberry to try to get around him. Brzezowski now showing that he has crashed. Let's see if we can go take a look at Brzezowski. See what happened to this vet driver. Yeah, that he is not the only one that has happened to tonight. Now, 3 minutes to go in this race. 3 minutes. And we are going to be through round 2 of season 2 here at USRA. Ben Lawrence trying to be on the recovery tour. He is looking at hunting down Alex and Hickman. Hickman does not have a front end. You can see him right there in front of Scott. He does not have a front end on that car, so I'm not sure how he is hanging on and turning the lap times that he is, but he is doing a fantastic job. But Alex is on a march. He wants to get back in front of him. That last lap, Alex turned a 133.62 to Hickman's 135. So he is 2 seconds faster per lap than what Hickman is. And that might be a battle here for second position, as now Alex is going to get by Scott. Hickman putting on a show without a front end. Man, it looks like Ben all over Jonathan. This is Lawers. Ben trying to get by him now, but it's just a little, he is 6 seconds behind Alex, and Alex now starting to run down your second place driver. But right now out here on the track, Odell has slid back a bit, and Grayson Trexler is going to take over that lead spot here overall. Odell is your leader in the pro division, but right now Grayson has taken the top spot overall on this field. He is a pro sport driver. He is 4.3 seconds up over Kurt. Another KS Sim Media racer looking to bring this thing home as time is going to expire. Oh my goodness. Now Alex Bieri has crashed again. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at Alex. What happened to him? He's going to loop it once again. Oh, just a tough night for him. But right now, not a tough night for this gentleman. Grayson Trexler looking very, very sporty in that pro sport division. Last week's winner, John Houston, stuck in 7th. He still has a meatball. He is still on pit road. Odell probably looking at a back-to-back race because Bihari has a black flag. And so here you go, folks. Your overall race winner and the pro sport division winner is going to be Grayson Trexler. Kurt Basler is going to come home second. Michael Odell is going to be your winner in that pro division. And Scott now coming across that start finish line in the AM division as your winner there. We got it done, folks. We got it done. Your winners now. Let's see if we can get everybody across the start finish line, and we will pop up. I mean, Remy, how did Hickman without a front end get P2? And you seen Alex diving underneath of him, getting loose once again. That vet, just for him, was really loose under braking. Hanging on to second position. How in the world did Hickman do that? But he certainly did. We now have some results. So let's see if we can go and take a look and pop these up for you. In that AM division, Scott is going to go back-to-back. Your winner last week in Laguna Seca. Your winner tonight. Jonathan is going to be right there in second. Chris Schultz in third. Roy is going to be in fourth. Dakota Howard in fifth. And then Rodriguez is going to finish in sixth position. In your pro sport division, that is going to be Grayson Trexler as your winner. Kurt Basler finishing second. Wade Moskowitz in third. Brzezowski in fourth. Jonathan Lowers is going to finish in fifth. Cole in sixth. John Houston in seventh. Soley is going to be in eighth with Patrick Rich in ninth. And for your pro division, Michael Odell is going to be your winner with Hickman right there in second. Ben Lawrence is going to finish in third. Perchowski in fourth with Alex. The driver that led most of these laps is going to finish right there in fifth position. All right, so let's see if we can talk to some of these drivers and see if they're going to be in our waiting room. I do believe that we have them. Let's go in and talk to your AM driver that has won this thing, and that is Scott. Scott, this is John in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello?
Yeah, we got you, man. Well, listen, that one might have been nasty and caution-filled, but you bring home back-to-back wins last week at Laguna Seca. We did not get a chance to talk to you, but we certainly do tonight. Bringing home 2 wins here in this AM division. Walk me through your race.
I mean, yeah, it was just all about keeping it clean and consistent. I didn't have but 1 or 2 incident points up until the final laps, and then I had stuff get a little hairy. I got touched by a few cars and almost lost it, but I mean, I just kept it going and kept it on the road and was fast enough to take it home, I guess.
Well, listen, and not only fast enough, but fast enough by a nice margin. Did a fantastic job here bringing this Porsche home. Yet another win. So 2 for 2 so far in this season. Only 10 races. You've got 2 wins on it, man. Just congratulations bringing home another win here. You muscled this one out. Sometimes we just dominate. Sometimes we muscle it out. That's what happened here tonight, man, and we'll turn it over to you and let you give your shout-outs.
Yeah, I mean, I just gotta say thanks to everyone for keeping it somewhat clean outside of the cautions. There was some good racing. I was there with a couple of pros, and they were super quick. I was trying to follow their lines, and they helped a lot, so I just gotta say thanks to them.
Well, listen, great job bringing home yet another win so far this season. Look forward to speaking with you next week, maybe in the same position.
I mean, you gotta hope. Thank you very much, Jeff.
You gotta hope. Thanks, Scott. All right, so there is your third place driver, or your first driver, third place overall on the grid, but your first driver in that AM division. Now let's see if we can go up and talk to your pro sport winner. That's going to be Grayson Trexler. Let's see what he has to say. Grayson, this is John in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, man, what a race. It looked like when you got a little bit of breathing room, you followed behind Kurt for the first half of that race. But, man, once you got out in front of him, I mean, you won the overall race, if you will. But coming home, getting a win, it looked like once you got some clean air on the nose of that car, you just set sail.
Yeah, no, I sat there and rode behind Kurt for the whole race. I mean, if I could have got to him, I would have passed him, but we were almost identical pace-wise, and then I just happened to get a better pit stop than he did and came out in front and just never let him back by after that.
Yeah, and it looked like you were able to, I believe it was about 4.5 to 4.9 seconds was your lead by the end of this race, getting in front of Odell and winning the overall race tonight. What a nice race to represent. I think KSM Media jumped on board with you tonight to help you bring this win home. But man, walk me through anything else that you had for this race and maybe anybody else that you want to thank.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the KSM production guys, John, Michael, Kai for bringing us all out here, and especially Houston. Just last week, everybody had a great race, and I had the worst result out of everybody. And this week, everybody had a bad result, and it worked out for me somehow. So I feel I feel great because I won, and I feel terrible because everyone else did bad. And it's weird because it was the same feeling I had last week, but in the complete opposite situation. But yep, sitting on top of the podium feels good.
Yeah, you'll take that, man. And listen, it's just like life, right, Grayson? Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. And tonight, my friend, you were the windshield. So congratulations on a fantastic win tonight. Look forward to speaking with you again next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, so there is your winner in the pro sport division. And let's see if we can talk to your first back-to-back winner of this season, of season 2, and that is going to be Michael Odell. And we're going to see if we can pull him up here into the booth. Michael, you got a copy?
Howdy, how's it going?
Well, listen, man, back to back. I mean, you and Alex had a great race the first half of this race before a lot of those cautions come out. I think at the max, maybe 5 to 6 tenths of a second separated you two, and then just one bobble by him pushing it off into the sand, and you set sail from there.
Yeah, it was good. We at first I was watching him on his warm up lap. I'm like, okay, it's cold tires, just take it easy. And then I was talking with him. He's like, he was 20 degrees colder tires. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then of course you guys all saw that mine decided, hey, that's a team car that did that. We need to copy that, like synchronized swimming but with spinning. So it ended up following suit, unfortunately. But even though I didn't get the overall, I still somehow took the class at least. But the goal is hopefully to take both next week.
Yeah, and you know, KSM Media did take both, if you think about it, you know, with Grayson being able to take that overall. But, you know, it looked like even, you know, after Alex slid off of the track, he had a couple of more issues, but you had such a large lead there that you could kind of just sit back and relax and, you know, 2 wins in a row. We've got some other drivers coming back next week that's going to spice things up for you. But, man, you have showed a ton of speed early on in this season, getting those 2 wins. I mean, you've got to think like you're the favorite to look out for here in this pro division.
Well, I hope I can continue to live up to that expectation, because then the goal is if I can't, at least if I can't overall top three, at least in class I want a top three every race.
Well, I will tell you, man, you not only have you had top 3 in each race, but you have been on the top, winning both of these races, Laguna Seca and here tonight. So fantastic job for you, Michael. And we'll turn it over to you, man. Let you give your shout outs.
As always, shout out to the mom and dad, and also, if anyone watching is in Ohio next month, I'm actually an IRL driver. We'll be at Mid Ohio for the Autumn Classic for SCCA, the 11th and 12th. If you want to come out and say hi.
Well, there you go. And make sure that you share that stuff for us in the chat, in the Discord, and I'll make sure that I present that on our stream next week. So congratulations, 2 wins in a row, my friend. We look forward to speaking to you next week.
Thank you very much, sir. Hope to see you in the booth again next week.
Sure. So there is your overall winner in that pro division. That is Mr. Odell. So you've got Grayson winning the overall, winning his pro sport. You've got Odell winning that pro division. And you've got Scott going back to back as well. Laguna Seca and here in that AM division. So you've got 2 back-to-back winners in Odell and in Scott, and then you got a new winner here in Grayson that takes the overall, and then he's going to take the pro sport. Because I'll tell you, we might have had some cautions tonight, but we got through this thing. What a fantastic race. Very difficult track when you think about the elevation changes. It looked like these vets having some difficulty under braking, created some accidents, but man, we had melee, we had drama, and we had some fantastic racing. I had a heck of a time. I hope you did as well. We want to certainly thank everybody that come out. Give us a like, give us a subscribe out there through American Speed Network. We're going to be right back here with you next week. We certainly appreciate it. We'll talk to you very soon.